Well, here we are again, live on YouTube, Piper Terrett. And of course, we're a little bit late because I sent you an email saying, here's the link to click on with no link.
Yay!
So, technically, anything could happen this morning.
That's very true. But Stellan is at school, so we're hopefully fairly safe.
So when did he go back then?
Just this morning.
Oh, today is the first day back.
Yeah.
Are barbers open yet? Because I'm like, just look at this.
Yeah. Oh, yes, and see. Yeah, he just needs to get like a pair of scissors and
I was just trimming it every now and again when I did a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But then Julie made me stop because it was getting out of hand. Like there's bits here that are about this long, so.
Well, yeah, I drove past Lavelle's in Stansted Abbots this morning and there was a queue forming outside, so.
I don't want to be in a queue.
No, I wouldn't queue, not for a haircut.
No.
Not for a haircut.
I'll see how
I actually interviewed him last year. We got him to do a little video on Luke Lavelle, who runs the salon, on how to do lockdown haircuts.
Right, how to cut your own hair.
Yeah.
And what is the trick?
I haven't the foggiest. You need a sharp pair of scissors. That's a good start.
Yeah.
And clippers.
I've just noticed I don't have my name. I've noticed I don't have my name up. What's going on there?
Oh no!
Wait a second. Let me get that on. There we go. No one knew what was going on there. See, as I said, anything could happen.
Anything could happen. There's a pug standing by, ready to make a racket. So,
is he?
Yeah, he's been good at the moment. He's not chewing any Lego, which makes a change.
Well, what do you think of the new studio?
Oh, wow. This is a new one. It's very smart.
Yes, let me quickly show you a video of this work. But the way technically anything going, you could see anything here. So
okay.
Let me see if I can show you this. Today's an exciting day. It's the end of the beginning. About 12 months ago, I started recording audiobooks. I've done 51 of them since then. And also I do work for Podcast Radio and Great British Radio. Now, when I started, I didn't have a studio. So I made one in here. This is a built-in wardrobe. Let me take you inside the world's smallest recording studio. There it is. It's got everything you need: microphone, headphones, audio interface, mixer, and a computer. And of course, it's acoustically treated. Now, today, a company from North Yorkshire called Cube, K-U-B-E, will be arriving, in fact, in about an hour, and they're going to build a purpose-built recording studio there. That filing cabinet is moving that way, and a brand new recording studio is going there, and it's the end of the wardrobe, the beginning of the new studio. Very exciting. Well, I've done it. I've converted the wardrobe back into a wardrobe recording studio. Now I've got coats on that side, and I've got shirts on that side. It is no longer a recording studio. It is no longer a recording studio because the recording studio is here. It's the Cube, and that's where I'm going to do all my podcast radio work. I'm going to do my stuff for Great British Radio, and I'm going to continue recording audiobooks in there. So the door's tight because you need it to be isolated for the sound. There's acoustic treatment in here. That's my new bar stool that I'm going to be using. And if you come inside with me now, I'll close the door. And it all of a sudden goes silent. And I got everything I need in here. I got my microphone, my headphones, my little mixer, my audio interface, and I got my audiobook scripts up here on the screen, and I'm all set. So I'm going to get on with an audiobook now. You like science fiction? What did you think?
Wow, that looks amazing.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And
How long did it take them to build it?
a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It all comes flat packed, like a giant IKEA. And in the run up to it, like you give them like a basic drawing, and then they come back with proper engineering drawings. And you choose everything, like the size of the shelves and where you want everything, and even the ventilation system. And we made one mistake, which we're going to fix. I think I can show you. If I do this, now bear with me, because this is this is back into the anything can happen section of the program. Right, so if I put this at there, okay, so you should be able to see an extra picture there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this is me looking at you. Okay, does that make sense? This is me back here. Yeah, and you're probably getting a hideous echo. If I turn that down,
Yeah.
you're probably just getting me. If I unplug my headphones, see, if I come out of here, what we've got here is this is a fan. You see that under the curtain?
Oh yeah.
And if I turn it on the, see, I've got a remote control that works the fan and the lights, actually. If I turn that on, is that off? No, that's on. Right, probably hear that fan.
Yeah.
Going. What happens is that sucks air out of that vent inside the studio.
Okay.
And creates a negative pressure in the studio, which forces air in through this vent outside. And the air goes in, and it goes down, and it comes out at the bottom, because it has to go through all kinds of baffles so that sound doesn't come in with it, so it's still silent. So in there, when the door's closed, I get a nice cool breeze. The problem is that all the heat load is on the computer, the mixer, my voice, my head, and the lights. And so this top half gets quite warm after a couple of hours of recording. And the bottom half is cool because it's getting the cool air. What we need to do is we need to take this wall off here and flip it upside down so that vent is at the bottom over in the corner, and the new invent will be up here at the top. So it'll bring cool air in at the top instead of at the bottom. And then the cool air will go across here, across my face, cool me down, and then into there, and down inside the wall of it, and down to the fan. So that's going to be quite a big job.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like there's always something, isn't there? There's always a little
Hold
niggle.
on a sec. Let me just plug my headphone back in and turn the phone off. So we lose the hideous echo. Okay. So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
And if I click that, then it's just us. So yeah. So one mistake's not bad.
No.
And you can't know until you start using it. You've got that wrong, because I was thinking, well, hot air rises, so I'll have the output high. Great. Well, I'll put the inlet low so it flushes the air. But of course, with these shelves here that stops it going straight up, I've got to have the cool air at the top there. But I mean, it doesn't get that hot. It's just that I think in the summer I might feel it, because you can't open it. It's sealed. It's completely airtight.
It's like it is a proper studio. It's like a radio studio, isn't it?
Yeah.
The big doors, big heavy doors. Yeah.
So it's all good. So
it's very exciting. When are you renting out the old cupboard studio to Harry Potter now that you've got the studio out?
Well, now it's back. It's got the clothes in it, because while that was a studio, which was nearly a year, 51 audiobooks were done in there, and over 50 podcast radio shows were done in there. There was a clothes rack here which had all the clothes on it. But we've managed to sell the clothes rack. We even recouped that. That went
Well,
on
that's good.
eBay. Yeah, I think Julie got about 60 quid for it. So
Gosh, that's really good.
yeah, or did she pay 60? And I can't remember, but she got
No,
something back for it. So
that's all right.
so things are looking up now. So it's
Sounds
all the
like it.
proper deal. Yeah, okay, this is a new mic
Yeah.
arm. It's a nicer mic arm than the one I had. And
Yeah.
yeah, everything's
It
good.
looks a bit roomier. Is it the same size or is it
It's
slightly bigger?
much bigger. This
Much bigger.
one, the other one was 600 mils wide. This is a meter, so it's
Gosh,
nearly
600
twice as
mils.
wide. And the other one, I think, was a meter long, and this is a meter and a half long. It's still
Oh,
only small, but it's all you need.
yeah.
You know, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that like that. I don't see. I don't like that crack. See, there's a crack in the door. I don't like
Oh,
if I
yeah.
close the door,
Yeah.
you get a shot of the window
Oh,
in
yeah.
the door. So what I
Yeah.
do is when it's a camera thing, I put the door like that, and then it all looks good. You know what I mean?
Well, my backdrop is a bit dodgy today. It's just because the laptop needs to be plugged in. So I've
Where
got
are
a.
you today? You're normally
I'm in the
upstairs, aren't you?
lounge.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, I am. But Doug's working up there,
oh, I
so
see.
I'm in the lounge.
Have you
Yes.
been relegated?
Yeah, yeah. I could be in the kitchen, but then he'd probably wander through making coffee and making a racket, so it's easier in here.
But that worked one time when we had a chat and we saw him come through and give a wave on camera. That
Oh,
was
no, yeah,
nice.
that was quite fun, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So what
yeah.
else have you been up to since last time we spoke?
Well, it was my birthday at the weekend, so now
Congratulations,
thank you
55.
very much.
Oh, sorry.
Cheeky monkey. 45. But Stellan, I'd said to our little boy Stellan on Friday, this is Mummy's last day of being 44.
Yeah.
So he went and informed Doug, this is Mummy's last day of being 49. And then he kept trying to put an extra candle on my cake because we had one for each decade, and he kept trying to put a fifth one on. Little cheeky so-and-so.
Well, is he glad to go back to school today?
He doesn't seem too bothered. I mean, if you ask him, he'll always say, so I didn't bother asking. No, Mummy, I want to be at home. I don't like school and all this stuff. But I imagine he ran straight in, so I think he's looking forward to see his mates.
Yeah. So how old is he now? He's
5.5.
5.5, yeah.
Yeah.
5.5-year-olds don't tend to stroll anywhere, though, do they?
No, not really. No, no. They're like a whirlwind from 6:10 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, really.
Yeah.
And the lights go out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mummy, mummy, mummy.
So what are you going to do with yourself all day?
Oh, I've got lots to think. Well, I've got to do some work on the website, but
Yeah.
also
Happeninghearts.com.
happeninghearts.com. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because you've got the new online store, and I'm adding some extra items to it as well this morning. So we've got some really nice local coffee and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But we're doing a massive clear out. The clear out we should have done that everyone else did last year during lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting rid of stuff in the house, and there's just because the problem is that you think, oh yeah, I'm going to make the house all nice and tidy now. It's not, because we're kind of mid clear out, so there's just bin bags of stuff everywhere. And then when you have a 5-year-old, they go, oh Mummy, don't throw that out, that looks wonderful. I'm going to dress up in it all. He basically went to the park on Friday afternoon dressed like Austin Powers,
Right.
because he's wearing this white kind of furry shrug that I used to wear at parties, necklaces, and then he dug out. He found my little white handbag from my wedding, and he wanted to take that as well. So he's looking quite metrosexual.
Right. Okay.
Down at the park. Not that luckily nobody said anything. So it was right.
But why was he doing that was it a particular fancy dress day at the park or anything?
No. It's just that this is the mind of a 5-year-old is. Well, actually, he said, "Mummy, I look really wealthy if I wear all of these things. Are these beads real diamonds?" I said, "No, they're plastic." So it's that sort of thing, really. I mean, I have, not that I would be worried anyway. I mean, he can be whatever he wants to be when he grows up. We're quite broad-minded, but it's more you just worry about other kids, being mean. But
Yeah.
he's very. I don't really worry about him because he's very male. He's very into football and all the kind of
Well,
Spider-Man
as you
and
say,
all of that sort of
it's up
stuff.
to him, isn't it? It's his thing.
But they just like dressing. They just like dressing up. And the weirdest thing actually was, apart from the dog barking, I found the ashes of my old cat in the wardrobe that I haven't done anything with.
So wait, back up a second. So you had the cat cremated?
Yes.
That's a thing?
It is a thing. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Take it to the vets and say, please take it down the crematorium?
Well, he was. We had him put down at the vets. He was 17.
Yeah.
And really got well. Unfortunately, Stalin walked into him with a walker when he was about 1.5, and then the cat just seemed to go downhill quite quickly. But yeah, we had to have him put down because he had all sorts of things the matter with him. And then they say there, do you want to take them home to? Because it's a bit grim for Monday morning, isn't it? Do you want to bury, take your pet home? But the problem is, we used to keep chickens, and the back garden is like a graveyard anyway. And we didn't really want any more
dead
pets.
Chickens.
It's a bit like Pet Cemetery out there, yeah.
Having said that, though, I have visited Elvis's home in Graceland in Memphis, and Elvis is buried in the back garden like a family pet.
Is he really?
Yeah, the last stop on the tour is Elvis's grave. I have touched Elvis's grave, and he, so really, if it's good enough for Elvis,
it's good enough for Elvis. That's true. I have heard about somebody recently who wanted to be buried in their own back garden, and I think they were selling the house with them out. Still there, yeah. Yeah, but anyway, so we didn't want the cat died. The cat in the back garden in case somebody dug it up. Yeah, cat died. And then they offer the service at the vets to say, do you want your pet? We can bury them, we can cremate them. We can cremate them separately, not with other pets.
But of course there is a charge.
Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I was like
the vets is they do wonderful work, but what a business that is to be in, because Adam Carolla mentions this sometimes on his podcast.
Yeah,
if you were to take your car to a mechanic because it wasn't right, something wasn't right with it, and the mechanic goes, yeah, that'll be whatever it is. I'll replace the part and I'll fix it up. If it then still isn't right a week later, you go back and he has to fix it for nothing because he got it wrong.
Yeah.
But vets aren't like that. They'll even say to you, well, we could try this. There's no guarantee it'll work. And you still have to pay.
Yeah. Yeah. And
in fact, if it doesn't work, then you should be able to take it back and either get it fixed or get your money back. But they don't work that way.
No, they don't. In fact, I remember leaving a vet's because I was, not just deciding to use a different vet because I was a bit fed up with them. I won't mention the name because that'd be mean. And one evening, the owner actually rang up and said, why have you, we've been asked for a transfer for your papers for your pets. Why have you decided to move? And I think I was, I don't know, I was a bit premenstrual or something. She caught me at a bad moment. And I said, you want to know why we left? I'll tell you why we left. And it was because basically every time I took my old, with the Dougal, which was the old cat who was keeled over, had to be put down, who we still have his ashes in the hallway at the moment.
I'm going to get to the ashes in a minute.
Yeah. We are going to get to the ashes. Yeah. Every time I took him to this particular vet's, they would say, oh, he's really elderly. There's probably a number of things wrong with him. Shall we have a look and check for something? And one of the times they did a test that was £75 and there was absolutely nothing the matter with him at all. But of course I had to pay for the test.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So so I said, this is why. I said, old age is not a disease. Every time. And the lady was very, very sort of adamant and said, well, it's our responsibility to check if there's anything the matter. I was like, oh, for goodness sake.
See, once again, if you relate that to a car, we took our car for its service last week.
Yeah.
And halfway through, they send you a video of the
car
up on the rack and showing you underneath it and say, this is its pre-service inspection. Obviously, they're touting for work. They're looking for something wrong with it, but they call it the complimentary safety check or something.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
But anyway, they couldn't find anything wrong with it. Well, that's it. They don't charge you for that part of the service. They
No.
charge you for the plugs and the oil and the lube and everything, but they don't charge you for them looking for work. You got charged for the vet
No.
looking for work.
Yes. Hoping that he's got some ghastly disease that he's going to have regular medication for.
Yeah, blood pressure, something
Um,
like that would be good. Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
regular.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what is it? It's the hypothyroidism. That's always a good one, isn't it? Or
Is it? And
diabetes
that's a
or something like
regular,
that.
lots of tablets.
Yeah, because they've got to have tablets every single day. And I mean, to be fair, I think actually by the end he did have that. But,
Yeah.
poor thing.
So anyway, it didn't work out for the cat. So the cat gets cremated,
No.
another charge, and then they give you what, the
Yes.
ashes in a box or a bag or something? Or?
Yes. Well, to be fair, I didn't actually. So I spent all this money, and then I didn't want to look at it. So I put it it's been in the wardrobe for about 4 years.
Right. So the cat ended up in the ward. The cat's ashes ended up in the wardrobe.
In the wardrobe. So I didn't really know what they'd done, but there was a very nice bag for £150, and then a paper, a cardboard box, and then and you open it up, and there's a little card saying from whoever got the ashes, made the ashes, saying sorry for your loss, and then inside there's a plastic bag with the ashes in.
Right.
And Stellan was very interested and wanted to see what this looked like, and then this morning I said to him, would you like to, I'm going to spread the ashes in the garden. Would you like me to wait until you're back from school, and then we do it together and say something nice? And he said, oh, no, Mummy, can you save some of them? Because I want to show my friends. I said, what? He said, well, they might want to see what ashes look like.
Well, they are programmed for learning. So their curiosity,
knows no bounds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm tempted to talk about curiosity killed the cat, but that's not appropriate right now, is it? Because that's not what happened. It isn't
what happened in this
was
case,
post-mortem. Yeah.
It was. And he said, don't throw them away, because, Mummy, I might forget what ashes look like, so we better hold on to them.
Because I told you what happened to my father's ashes, didn't I?
I can't remember what happened.
Well, my father died a couple of years ago and was cremated.
Yeah.
And all through his life, he liked a bargain, my father. He didn't like paying where he didn't have to. And
No.
he liked a bargain and he liked a deal. Anyway, for some reason, I don't know what the reason was, there is, I say is, because I still think I don't think it's been resolved. There is some dispute over the payment for the funeral.
Really?
So either the service or whatever. Anyway, so the funeral directors would not release the ashes. So he's on a shelf in the funeral directors. Because
we shouldn't laugh because it's not really funny, but yeah.
No, but the thing is, though, he was such a miserable bugger as far as paying for stuff. It's pretty much what he would have wanted. That right at the end, he's got another deal. He didn't have to pay for his own funeral. Because it would have been his money, in the bank.
It would have been.
So, yeah. So when
right
you first hear about it, you think, oh, that's terrible. Why don't the family sort that out? And then you think, no, do you know what? If he had the choice, that's exactly what he would have wanted and exactly where he'd want to be. So
Stick it to the man.
As far as I know, he's still there at a funeral director's in Liverpool. Yeah. On the shelf.
Well, funerals cost a fortune anyway, don't they?
Yeah, that's another great game, isn't it? Funerals. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And they show you around that you go and look at the coffins, don't you? And then they go, oh, this is the deluxe model with the, the coffee blender and the whatever. It's got Alexa in it or something.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld does a whole piece about how we just don't understand death. The fact that there's a pillow in the coffin.
Just sleeping.
Yeah, but you're more comfortable.
Wake up later.
Yeah. I think, the biggest, well, I don't know. I don't see the point of funerals.
No.
I see the point, like, if everybody wants to get together and remember someone who's gone and share stories and, brighten things up at a difficult time, I get that. But actually having to have the body and witness it, either being put in a hole in the ground or go through a curtain or whatever it is, well, that's a bit over the top, isn't it? That's not who the person was. This is not related to any of your memories of what this person did while they were around and the joy they shared or whatever, the difference they made, because everybody makes some difference, good or bad.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
part of it, it's just completely irrelevant. You know, that's like, I don't know, like if you had a favorite toy as a kid, instead of like talking to other people about, oh, I used to have this great thing, whatever, it'd be like going down to the tip and watching it thrown away. That's not.
Actually, I suppose it
I
is a
don't
bit
get
like that, isn't it?
The why the disposal at the very end becomes the centerpiece of the ceremony, when the centerpiece of the ceremony should be what they did or what they said or told tales from the past. That's what should be there, and it never is.
Yeah. No,
You
that's
know, in
true.
fact, you always feel awkward at a funeral trying to tell a really particularly funny story about someone who's gone, because you just think it's inappropriate with the family. I can't really say that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but that's what should be celebrated, shouldn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah. Death is a weird thing.
Yeah.
We deal with it in a weird way. It's probably because we don't understand it, and we try to avoid it at all costs.
We're scared of it. Yeah, exactly.
But it's inevitable, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But as you say, funeral director. Because you know, when I first went to Bob FM, I wanted to give away a funeral. Did you hear about that?
No, I don't know.
Well, we did have a funeral actually. We had a funeral for Jack. When I arrived there, it was called Jack FM.
Oh yes, Jack
and there was
FM,
a dispute with the people who owned Jack FM, some Canadians, and we expanded and went on to DAB and went into Hearts, Beds and Bucks. So we were on in Watford and Luton and all these other places we hadn't been on before. So we had to rebrand the radio station, and we asked people what we should do, and people rang in, and they eventually said, "Well, just change the name of the station," which is pretty much all we did. And I had a different voice guy to do the imaging and all the rest of it. And so we had a funeral for Jack. Which was what the band said. We had that in Hitchin, and we had a kid in a coffin and everything, because Austin's funeral directors were a big advertiser with Bob FM, if you remember. Claire Austin used to come in, and they used to get Joanna Lumley to voice their commercials. And hang on, you're frozen, Piper. I don't know what's happened. Can you hear and see me? Because you have become a still photograph. I mean, quite a nice still photograph, a portrait of Piper Terrett talking to Graham Mack live online, but not a moving image and with no sound. Well, you know, I said at the beginning when I didn't send you the link that anything could happen. I didn't realise that I'd be left here all on my own in my new studio talking to myself. I mean, you can probably still hear me, I don't know, but you are completely frozen. There's nothing going on there. You are just now you've gone all together. So I'm hoping you reconnect. So I know there's a reconnect button there. Geez, look at my hair. I need to get to the barber's today. See, these bits are really short. There. And then this is really long. And I just want to go, but Julie won't let me because I've made a mess of it so many times before. And I don't know. And there will be a queue today, because it's the first day back after the apocalypse. So what's happened? Well, let me see if Piper has emailed me. It's almost like there's been a power failure at Chateau Piper. No, she hasn't. She hasn't emailed me. So I don't know why she's. You know what? I'm going to get that bit of hair. I think I might. I don't know. The scissors are just there. So tempted to just snip that. And it's hard because I'm looking at the camera picture, and it's not like looking at a mirror. It's round the wrong way. So anything I do on one side, it's this here, isn't it? This needs to go. I could just grab that and just go, and then I'd look pretty tidy. Hang on there a sec. See if I can get these scissors. Just while I'm waiting for Piper to reconnect. That'll freak her out anyway. Because, oh, now my name's on there twice. What's happening there? I need to move that up, don't I? Move up there. How's that? Well, now, oh, that's great. Now you can't see the, now you can't see the top of my head, which is a bit I'm going to snip. So I need to move that out the way. Let's move that to, I don't know. How's that? Does that work? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. See, go the wrong. Everything goes the wrong way. Did that work? Did that go? Lockdown haircut live on YouTube? That's a good idea. Julie's probably watching this. I'll get a call any second. Stop doing that. I think it might look a little bit better already. Still a bit there. No, wrong bit. In the front. This is lockdown. There you go, that's much better. It's much tidier. Big sticky out bit before. It's alright. Where's Piper gone? Where has she gone? See if I can email her. Okay. It's writing the story of how I wanted to give away a funeral on Bob FM as well. Alright. Hi Piper. Everything okay? Send. Wonder if I've got Piper's phone number. I feel like I've been deserted here. Let's see. Surely Piper's got contacts. Piper Terrett, where is she? She's not under Terrett. Maybe she's under Piper. No, she's not there. Well, where does that leave me? Actually, there's still a bit more hair there. That could go as well, couldn't it? Alright, I'm going to disconnect and work out what happened later. So, thanks for watching. See you next time.